Hi guys, it's Angel Hakeem again. So I thought I would make a video to kind of help everybody in dealing with anxiety. So you know that recently I noticed that there was an increase in anxiety, and just having conversations with people, my husband, my children, my friends, my neighbors, and in my vision, anxiety seems to be on the rise. So I decided I was going to make this video because I realized that there are a lot of you out here who suffer with anxiety. Now, let's just have a conversation about anxiety symptoms. Anxiety symptoms come to the individual or manifest in the individual in its own way. It doesn't necessarily have a pattern, but you know anxiety because of how it makes you feel. Some people take it to the level of having anxiety attacks. Some people just feel it and know how to get through it and move to the next spot. So when I experienced anxiety, I would always have sweaty hands, might have pain in my chest. Sometimes I would feel butterflies in my stomach. I just felt like, oh my God, all of this pressure was on me for some unusual reason. So usually what will happen with me is that my symptoms would be, I would be in a situation where I did not feel sure of myself. And in feeling unsure, I would begin to experience different symptoms that eventually were diagnosed as being anxieties. Now, anxiety is a disorder that can be disabling to certain individuals. And keep in mind that anxiety has its own levels with each individual person. So you may not experience what I experience when you have anxiety, but it's still having anxiety. So how do I choose to handle my anxiety? Well, when I have anxiety and I feel that the symptoms have been consistent to the point where they are beginning to affect me and what it is I'm doing on a daily basis, then I have several methods that I use to help me overcome that anxiety. One method for me is exercise. So when I'm experiencing anxiety the way that I do, then I choose to use exercise as one of the things that I use to combat my anxiety. I get on the treadmill from anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour on a daily basis, 5 days a week, and it tends to help me to bring that level of anxiety down. Now, many of those who know me know that I'm also gifted. So some people call them psychics. I don't term myself as a psychic. I term myself as a spiritual medium. So when I have spiritual anxiety, I can also do spiritual readings to channel my anxiety. I've been doing spiritual readings for over 35 years, and it helps me when I do the readings to be able to channel that anxiety. Because I have been working on my PhD since October of 2017. And I am currently in the PhD program with Capella because I've officially become what they consider a PhD candidate or a doctoral candidate. But over that 2-year process, all of the stress from taking care of my family, working on my dissertation proposal, going to my residencies, meeting all of my timelines, being a mom, being a grandmom, being a wife, taking care of my home, the whole 9 yards. Everything contributed to it. But the majority of my stress came from school, working on my PhD. So we would leave town, we would go to residency for 4 or 5 days. Those 4 or 5 days were not partying, hanging out, you know, with your classmates or whatever. It would be intense, long days working on those different sections of that, what we consider a dissertation proposal. And your nights would be long, your days would be long. It was just a really, really stressful situation. I do my spiritual readings because when I read, I'm able to channel. And when I channel spirit, I don't experience the anxiety level that I do. I go through, I come out, I'm done. What I want you all to realize is this. First of all, if you have anxiety levels and those anxiety levels are intolerable or to the point where you can't deal with them, as a licensed therapist, I'm going to recommend to you that you seek therapy with another licensed therapist who deals with anxiety. Because keep in mind now, anxiety is a disorder that manifests itself in each individual person in a different way. So your symptoms may not be my symptoms, her symptoms may not be his symptoms. Everybody has their own way that their anxiety manifests itself. So I'm just trying to give you guys an edge on dealing with it the way that I dealt with it, based on the fact that my anxiety developed itself based on the pressures that I was experiencing with my PhD. I also found that other people who are friends and family and even clients found that their anxiety gave them different symptoms than what I had, and some of them used my methods and were able to combat their anxiety, and others were not. So I'm not coming to you right now as a therapist. I'm coming to you right now as a spiritual medium, talking to you about spiritual anxiety, so that those of you who may have what I've been experiencing and you're not able to cope with it the way that I have, that you will seek professional help with someone equally as responsible as myself to help you be able to deal with that. So again, this is Angel Hakeem from angelmindbodyandspirit.com, coming to you today talking about spiritual anxiety. That's it.